Hello again, it's Rich from bradandrich.com, and I'm going to do my next little video tutorial here. This one's going to be about packet sniffing and catching packets. So, if you followed along last time, we did Nmap, made the Nmap starter vid, and you went along and you found a likely target on your network, let's say. You found a good IP. What we're going to need for this one is we're going to need a program called cain enable, which you can get off of, just type Google into cain. I'm not going to bother with type cain into Google. I'm not going to bother with the address. Just download cain enable version 4.926, the new one. One word here is that depending what antivirus you have, either in the download or in the install or when you try and open it, chances are your antivirus is going to say it's a Trojan, and it's not. It has programs in it that the antivirus catches as Trojans, and then it tries to delete it. It's not going to do anything to your computer. Now, aside from that, we'll get Wireshark again. Assuming everyone has Windows, obviously Wireshark is available for any operating system pretty much. And just download that. And from last time, we should have that WinPCAP library that you installed to use Nmap. So you really shouldn't need anything else. All right. Download that, get it all installed. They're all pretty quick. We'll start with cain first, just to go with. So this is the user interface of cain. You got various sniffer, the cracker. We'll show you more later. And let's start sniffing. The chances are when you first here, let me remove these to show you. When you first open it up, you'll see this. When you click over to sniffer, you'll see host. There'll be nothing here. What you're going to want to do is right-click and do scan MAC addresses. This will get, oops, forgot that. This will get all the MAC addresses on your network that are up and that you can hijack. So let's just run through this quick. And it's not going to find anything else. Don't have to wait. So what it found is my default gateway, found me, and it found another computer here. So we're going to pop on over to the APR for ARP poisoning. What ARP poisoning is, basically, is that an ARP request is like as an address request. And what happens with ARP poisoning is that you take I've got my computer here, and you got two other computers. One of them hooked right up to my my Linksys gateway. And what happens is I take my computer and I tell the gateway that I'm this other computer, and I tell this other computer that I'm the gateway. So you sit in the middle between them, and neither of them knows that you're there. It's a kind of a cool little thing, and with that, we can intercept all of their traffic. Once all of the traffic gets routed that goes between them normally will get routed between us, and that's what lets us sniff. So what you're going to do is, click in the space here, and go to this little plus, and this is going to add some addresses to our list. Now, this is my IP address. What this means is we're going to insert, my computer essentially between these two computers. Now read the warning here, because you don't want to, if there are more computers on the network, you can select which you want to go through. If you were in a big network, say, I don't know, in a public area where there's a lot of computers connected, you would not want to ARP hijack all of the computers in the area, because your computer won't be able to handle the packets as well as a router, and you're going to slow stuff down and people might notice. So your best bet is to sit in between the gateway and a couple of computers. And so I clicked on my IP address, got all this, hit OK. If it would let me. Alright. Now, really all that's left is we've started up the sniffer, so it's sniffing for packets. Now we start up the ARP poisoner so that we insert ourselves in between those two computers, because sniffing for packets right now, the only packets you're going to find are packets from my computer. It's not sniffing really anything else. So hit the little nuke button here, and now it says poisoning instead of idle. Now I got to go to the other computer because I would have set my laptop up, but that's a whole story. So let me go to the other computer and access a website or two. Hold on. Alright, now as you saw there, I'm going to stop all this. As you saw there, I went to the other computer, accessed some websites, just went to our blog on our website here, and it popped out a bunch of packets here that intercepted. Now, the fun part of all this, now that we've sniffed all the packets that were sent between my router or my gateway and my other basement computer, you can head over to passwords. And what you get here is just various passwords that the thing caught. For the most part, you'll see here these passwords don't really mean anything. I'm honestly not 100% positive what they're even about. They seem to just be like challenges. These don't mean anything, so I'm going to remove this one. You'll see a lot of these. Like if I had gone to MSN, you'll see like MSN.ly, search or whatever, and then it'll be these little passwords. Those don't matter. What is interesting is this. If you'll see here, it's from http bradrich.com blog, my login for my blog. Now, so you don't go typing this in because obviously I'm going to change this right away, but just for the sake of this tutorial, you'll actually see this is my login here, and look, it caught the password because the password transmits in clear plain text on the HTTP protocol. So there's my username, Richard, and there's my password. This is my password. Not very imaginative, but there it is. So that is just a cool little way to do it. There's all sorts of things that cain can catch too, especially if you want to watch for a long time. FTP passwords, those sometimes will broadcast in the clear. I know they can encrypt them. I'm sure most people do. Mail servers, IMAP and POP3, Samba, Telnet, VNC stuff, Simple Mail. I mean, it catches a ton of stuff. SQL servers, and just a lot of cool stuff that this will catch. Now, what you can do is, obviously, this password transmitted in clear text, but you can also send it to the cracker if it was in some sort of hash, and it can take a stab at cracking the hash. Obviously, since the password's already cracked, it didn't go here, but you can crack MD5 and SHA-1 and 2 hashes, which are some of the more common internet-type hashes. Also, you have the ability to crack LM and NTLM, which are your Windows password hashes, and I'm going to cover all that stuff some other time. I'm just kind of showing off the basic options of cain. It's got some